Welcome to Flow Design Architects, a company that works with you and for you.
But at the end of the day, it's all about the sacrifice. Seeing that little thing here that you might be able to explore and maximize it there at that point. In your scenario, talk to your families and make sure that the affordability, there's something, you gotta pay the bills. I mean, that's obviously at the end of the day, you gotta be able to support your family and be able to create that. Now, one of the things you just mentioned is the team that it sounds like you acquired after. So when you opened the business, did you have a team at that point?
Regarding the team, again, there were a lot of kind of people that were attracted to what we were all about, but it started with me, Marcos Severino, who is another architect. We're both from the Dominican Republic. We actually met in the Dominican Republic and happened to find ourselves here. And then, but the first person that we hired was Julio Gutierrez, who is from Aguascalientes, Mexico. And he worked with me at another office, and he was crazy enough to work a flow for $12 an hour. That was what we could do, right? He worked Amo Plum and Flow at the same time, and he had to decide and came to Flow. We then found ADP, that became our payroll company. It was a great decision. They don't pay me, so I'm just telling you the truth. It was great. It's been great. And I'll tell you later why it was great for some applications that we needed to do. Then the attorney came afterwards when we were kind of turning the company into me and Marcos. We were like, well, how do we do this? Because my ex-wife was involved at the company too. And then, I was getting divorced and we hired an attorney to fix everything. It's like, well, this is all. He was like, oh my gosh, where do you get all this language? Like, Google?
ChatGPT that.
Yeah. So that's we got the team together, and that I still do a lot of all that. Like the team was Marcos, me, and Julio, and now we are 12. But and I'm still finding my place, by the way, within the company, because I do so many things. But that's how that was the team. Now, again, we do have an accountant that works with us and helps us make decisions. Our clients are and have been our advisors, believe it or not, because most of them are developers and entrepreneurs, and they've been in business for a while. So that's kind of why we got our first credit card not too long ago, by the way, like 2 months ago. And it's because we really listen. We're sponges. I do talk a lot, but I do listen more. For real. No, and it's like, well, because anything they say is a nugget that I didn't have to go to Harvard to get, right? They did. Well, I didn't go to GSD or Yale or any of those other. I went to the VAC, but I am still reaping all the benefits because I do find all these mentors and I listen to them, and they've done something amazing with their lives, right? Like they're developing all these properties and all these different things. So we listen a lot, and me and Marcos, our drives home, we drive far from our office. Now I live far, 2 hours, 1 hour away from the office. We kind of bounce off of each other. What was your experience today with this client? Well, this client did this. And then we're like, we should get a credit card. Yeah. And then the other thing is from we should get a credit card, which is something people now pick me as the impulsive individual. But the thing is, when I say we should get a credit card, I've already thought about it for 5 years, right? So they're like, well, you just mentioned you wanted to get a credit card, and it's like, yeah, I just call it. We have one already. So because I've been thinking about it, but people don't know I've been already kind of playing with the idea, and that's how we've been. And when you start your business, taking risks. But the thing is, as immigrants, come on, we can with one hand back, one hand, you know what I mean? Like we're not. It's like, well, I started from the bottom, down south. You know what I mean? So you have really nothing to lose. So it really is, and we're still very risk. I am the risk guy at the company, but I always test it within a small sample of the office.
Marcos there for you to be able to kind of bounce those ideas.
That's another thing. So we're the yin and the yang. He should be here. He's the financial guy. I'm just the vision. He is. If it was up to me, because everything sounds like a great idea. It's like, no, we should. That's a great idea. He's like, no, Darwin, the numbers don't work. He's good at that.
Thank you for watching.